But he's kind of like got his hands out, and no one's looking at him. You see some people in the distance, but there's no one nearby now, so he just kind of looks like an asshole. He's just kind of like nobody attack us, and he didn't need to do it, basically. You guys, you guys are all just kind of stunned by how it looks, but Taifa, you're going to be rolling disadvantage on perception rolls.
Cool.
Because you get dizzy. You all kind of have to reel for a second as you look around and you notice it's weird as shit up here. So there's a blue sky, and it looks sort of like there's clouds, but they're on a weird curve. It looks different than the horizon you're used to. Everything looks almost too close. And the ground, it does kind of look like rocks and gravel, but there's like a pink moss everywhere, little patches of it, and it almost looks like coral reef growing up out of the ground. And you see a giant sort of stone structure that looks like a fort nearby that you assume is the southeast fort. And you see these sort of like low to the ground kind of mini forts where all those mortal cell blocks are. And you see what looks like some weird as shit stuff. So out of two sides of this stone fort, there is this sort of orange wavy barrier you can't see through. You also notice that sort of to your right is the weirdest castle you've ever seen. It's that weird cube. And you just sort of see shapes. They're too far away, but it's also gigantic. It's taller than any of the other structures here. And you get the impression that is the Warscape cube.
Is it taller than the meteor?
The meteor you see in the distance, and it's a little hard to tell if it's the same size or bigger, but they both kind of dwarf all the stone structures.
So we're going to the meteor, I think, right? That's where she is.
Well, I think we're heading for the glass dome.
We're trying the glass dome on the way to the meteor, was our thought.
But the glass dome isn't the war cube.
No.
Different thing, because it seems like
the glass cube is in the middle.
We all agree to enjoy that.
It's either her prison or it might be like Archmage HQ.
So you see a couple of other things of interest. You see that there do look like there's sort of roving packs of guards with like what looks like a floating sorcerer with them, kind of walking in the distance in 3 or 4 different directions.
Gazoo?
Well, they're humanoid size. They're not tiny little floaty people. Yeah, it looks like you would maybe not want to bump into them without an explanation. Maybe this guy could help you. You're not sure. You also see there's a really weird tall building. If you look at the map, there's that sort of circular building to the far south, and it's really tall. It's small, but it's tall. It almost looks like a silo. And if you look way behind you, you're glad you didn't come up out of the ground where you first landed on that cell block that's made for lunar elves, because you can see that osmic string, that weird tendril going up into the sky, and there are like wizards casting shit against it. There's what looks like a 10-story tall golem just like slamming these weird arms into it, and it's far enough behind you that you're just like, Jesus, woo, that's a big ass golem. And it's a lot of busy attacking going on, trying to chop this thing down. But some of the wizards look tired. There's guards that'll like half-ass chop at it and then walk away and take a break, and it just looks like they've been at it for a long time with
Must
no
be
luck.
Teamsters. I'm kidding, I love Teamsters.
So, yeah, you see the main point of focus that you were interested in is that stone fort. That's sort of the southeast corner towards that dome. And there is a very small, human-sized little gate. That's a stone door. And your little guard buddy turns to you guys and says, okay, I mean, there's a clear path to that door, but I don't have a key to it. I don't know what to tell you.
Is there somebody on the other side of that door?
Oh, probably.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm in.
Right?
Yeah, how long am I going to be disoriented? I'm asking the guard. How long is it going to take for me to get used to this?
Oh, probably a while. I mean, probably going to need to rest to wear that off. I mean, it takes a while to get used to. It's weird. It's weird here. I remember.
Like if I eat an oyster, would that help or something like that?
He tells you a little bit of the background of him being a guard, and he says most of them are brought here by kids, by worshippers of Bahamut. Technically, when you come here, you're allowed to worship one of the 3 gods, but because only one of them is good, it's expected you worship Bahamut or you kind of get ostracized.
Oh, speaking of which, could you tell us any more about Umberly? Umberly? While we're walking? Walk and talk?
Excuse me.
Let's see.
I knew we get some good burp talk.
Yeah, you've landed so many persuasion and intimidation checks. I'll say this guy is just going to be meek. And so if you don't get everything you want, it's not because you haven't rolled successfully. It's just he doesn't know what else to say.
That's what we were looking for.
He tells you Umberly is the one that scares everybody. She's a sea goddess.
Yeah, we have her sword.
Yeah, and he says they call her the sea bitch.
Hey, man.
That's really nice.
Ladies present.
So that's what sailors call her. So sorry, so sorry.
Now he's
You got an
Mario.
accent on you.
Okay.
What just happened?
It's me, sorry guard.
Okay, so we're walking to
Umberly spaghetti.
so we're going to the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody we'll call it an athletics check if you're running.
Running.
The goal, I believe, is to run to this door without a guard getting between you and the door.
16.
13.
15.
10.
So you get there, but you do see a clutch of guards and a sorcerer kind of like deviate from their path and start heading towards you. They're not running, but they look like they were going to head south.
Exactly.
We're fine, no problem.
I was thinking of it too, like
Have
waving
our
a friendly
Have our
back.
guy tell him everything's cool.
Tell them everything's cool.
Yeah.
We wave in a friendly way,
Okay.
like.
Yeah, we got it. It's cool, we got it.
He rolled what's his bonus? He rolled a 7. So he goes, "We're cool. Everything's cool." They keep heading towards you. They don't look like they're worried necessarily,
just
but
like-
they're definitely
Well,
going to come
maybe they
check
can help
you
us
out.
get inside
All right.
once they
Yeah,
understand.
You get to the stone door, and sure enough, Master Gendy immediately tries casting spells on the doorknob, like subtly, and it's like she's trying the knob, and she's like, "It's not a magic thing I can just undo. I can't get this door open."
So, net
You got maybe like one try before these guards get here if you want to try picking it.
I'll try to pick.
All right,
They
roll it.
might have a key.
Who?
These
Those
assholes
guys,
that
yeah.
are coming up.
Well, I rolled a 5.
Are you proficient in lockpicking there, Tom Nettie?
I was. I don't think I am anymore.
I'm looking it
I have
up.
these tools, yeah.
You have these tools, yeah. But that doesn't mean you're proficient, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have tools at home, and I can't use a hammer.
All right. Yeah.
My dad's a TV repairman. He's got an excellent set of tools.
You do not have it anymore. Sorry.
Okay.
So,
Not the line? Fast times.
would you roll a 7 or a 5? One of
Oh,
those?
is it?
Yeah.
What was your roll, Tom?
5.
Nettie. So yeah, you get your tools in there, and you almost bend your tool trying to get this lock
I can
open.
fix it after the Camaro crashes.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's for cold.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it would
Kill us, or you're gonna shit.
So, about 10 heavily armored, plate armored guards walk on up to you, and they've got the sorcerer leading them, who is dressed in gray robes with a dragon emblem on it. She's floating a foot off the ground, this elven woman, and she says, "Can I help you?"
Hey, everybody. Hail Bahamut. Right?
Sure.
Yeah, Hail Bahamut.
Hail Bahamut,
Yeah.
sure, yeah. You don't look like you're from around here. We only get suicide cultists visiting. What's going on?
We're more of a homicide cult.
We're here to stop the suicide cult from destroying the Earth and the Moon in one fell, dramatic swoop. Yeah, juke. And
Roll a persuasion check.
somebody else has to be better at persuasion.
All of
I
you.
feel like I'm always looking
All of you.
20. 30, I'm sorry.
30.
10.
They like Nettie.
19.
Can I take some of
22.
Nettie's?
22.
What'd you get there, Twee?
24.
So they seem fine, but they look at Typha.
I just suck. I'm not cutting it today.
And they say, excuse me. The sorcerer says this. You're the only human amongst them. So I feel like you'll be honest with me.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a little problematic.
Yeah.
We only get here, visitors, like I said, a suicide cult trying to bring about the end of the world, and I'm a little concerned about our security. I mean, you've got a guard with you, but he's trembling.
I have
he's
great news for you.
Soaked in sweat.
The heroes are here. They've come to save us all.
Right. So I just have a question.
Sure.
Why are you here?
We have come. These people cut down how many of the giant spires that are trying to tear this moon down?
Oh.
They've already got rid of on the ground side. And now we've come up here to try and help stop everything.
I have a great idea then. Why don't you turn around and walk towards that thing you're so good at cutting down and go work on it? We've got a whole team of people over there that would love to have some heroes as strong as you. Go help them cut that. Why don't you go do that right now?
We have even more important thing here to pull off. Right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
We're here more important business.
How about somebody with the 30 teller?
Yeah.
Well, she thinks all you guys would have been convincing, but she looked real suspicious. So, last chance. Why aren't you turning around?
Teller, okay.
No, not you.
Oh, you don't want to hear from
She's
us.
staring daggers at Typha. You broke into our prison to help.
Yes.
Oh, we're so lucky. Why don't you turn around and help?
Can I tell her?
She's sarcastic.
This is not going to help much.
I'm not interested in what they have to say.
I totally get
I'm
it.
interested in what you, the humble human, has to say.
We were told.
They're speaking for you. You can't do it.
Totally comfortable with this. Totally. She is the best and will lay it all.
This is no.
Give me
I'm
one
half
reason
human.
you're here. Great.
Jin Raidna. We're here because of Jin Raidna. All right? There you go. You knew it already. Look at you. You look like you got a big chocolate Easter bunny on D&D.
A big grin crosses her face. And she says, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You're here to visit one of our prisoners. Why don't you stay right here, and I will go get an escort so you can visit our prisoner.
We're not here to visit. We heard that, and no offense to what's going on here, but I believe we heard there was a lax security situation happening. And after what's going on Earth, we needed to come up here and check all of your cells, especially if you're major prisoners. And as I look around now, I see that, you know what? It probably was a good idea.
Okay, time to roll for security audit. Give me your persuasion.
But
Or was that more
Deception?
That's deception. That's deception.
13, lucky 13.
She
Colonel, you're not supposed to reveal that.
Don't say Colonel, for fuck's sake!
You're really making us screw up.
She looks at the guards around her and gives them a nod, and she pulls a little brass bell out of her pocket and just kind of rings it, puts it back in her pocket.
Great.
Show her the sword of Emberly.
Yeah. I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but I would really like to point out that we are not attacking you. I show her the sword of Umberly.
As soon as you take the sword out,
Oh, gosh.
she doesn't react as if she's afraid of a sword being drawn. She reacts very uniquely to the sword, and the whole group of them kind of like take a half step back when they see the sword. And everyone roll for initiative, please.
Oh, wait, come on!
I thought that they built one of the prisons, and so that would be like a badge or whatever.
He just drew the sword of Umberly. I'm sorry, not
Pronouns are important.
She didn't draw
Chris
it.
Tallman, but
She specifically said that
she
showed
presented
Yeah.
the magical sword of Umberly, the evil sea goddess known as the Sea Bitch, who no one here worships.
I would
because
like
they're
to-
afraid of her.
I was trying
Didn't
to
she
like.
help build the prison?
Yes.
So would it make sense that we were here to, check
I mean,
on
I'm just gonna get a little more semantical with you before you roll that initiative and remind you that the guard told you people don't say they worship anyone other than Bahamut or they're ostracized from the rest of the group because are considered evil.
20.
Yeah, ostracized doesn't mean attack.
All right.
you been in high
Hold that
school?
20 because I'm not ready to take note of everybody's running order yet.
I'm sorry,
Go.
guys.
Roll, everybody.
No! Yeah, roll.
It was inevitable. It was just how far were we ever going to get?
I got a 27.
Okay.
What?
Oh, he's not ready for it.
Super not ready.
For
but-
initiative?
Never mind.
Twee,
Oh.
okay, who got a 25 or higher? Just Twee?
Yeah.
What kind of bonuses
Who
do you
got a
guys
20
have
or
on
higher?
initiative?
I got a 22.
Look at, I mean, you make sure you look at your initiative bonus.
No, I did. I just want to know why everyone's getting like high 20s. Because I was so impressed because I got a
I just have a 2.
22.
I just have it.
But I rolled an 18, so 20.
22. Because I rolled a natural 20.
We're tied.
Nice.
Both you guys roll a 6.
You guys put my beard on your head.
Thank you for dying.
roll
Thank
six,
you for
roll
listening
six.
to Nerd Poker's
3D brain. Can you say hello, lover, while you do that?
No.
Please.
I've never said hello, lover, to anybody.
Say it to the listeners. You got your beard on them.
My wife would divorce me if
Roll
I
that.
said hello.
Roll it.
lover.
I need you guys to roll off because you got the same number.
We're having a 3D oral experience with Brian listening.
Hello, lover.
This is what it would be like if Brian rubbed his beard on the back of your neck.
I brought you a brandy.
Everybody rub something on the mic and we'll see if you can guess what it is.
Oh no!
Shirt back on.
I saw Ken Daly's nipple.
Did it wink at you?
Why?
Wait, did you really?
Do you guys know if Ken Daly's
Also
nipple
nice.
winks at you, it grants you a wish?
Oh,
Try to keep my lipstick.
Oh, that was surprising.
That's a dice.
Is that? Wow.
That's really terrible.
All right, so
Please stop.
Stop what?
Stop rubbing your dice on the...
Sorry, man. Sorry, man. I really contested.
Oh my god, people hate you right now. These people. The people at this table.
Sorry, man. I'm really
Lane, you want a table fry?
no thanks. I filled up on Hassock chips earlier.
Twee, you're up.
Now are these guys like
Why
all
are they
drunk?
fighting us?
Well, it's not just that he drew out. He drew what they perceived as a threat. You get the impression from what just happened at the start of this battle that they do not like artifacts of Umberly suddenly being presented like that, even if she is
They
a part
also
of
had
it.
just rung a
Can't we
bell.
say stand down?
They also rang a bell.
Well, that was before this, right? She was calling for backup, wasn't she?
I just thought she was one of the prison owners.
I think
the
You get the
CEO on
impression
board
that
of
she did ring a
directors,
bell.
so-
Yeah,
You also get the impression from a couple of the other roving patrols that she is a sorcerer, like there are in several other patrols.
Right.
I'm gonna ask my finger prick. Let's see if anybody's picking up on my finger prick.
Do an Arcana check.
25.
Holy shit. You feel like you could do something with that finger if you pointed it at somebody.
What, like the woman floating, giving a shit?
Yes.
the woman who drew swords on us.
Can I just quickly ask you? I'm sorry, this is totally unrelated, but I just need to know for my own files. It's related. It's related. I thought when we got that sword, we were carrying it around forever, and it had
Yes.
a good aura. It didn't have an evil aura. Oh, it had a. It doesn't check alignment.
Correct.
So, but it was green. Okay. all right.
So I'm gonna go. We're gonna go a quick trip, and then we're gonna talk about what happened with Twee's finger.
That's fine. I want to no. Go ahead and
I
talk.
mean, we all want to talk about what Twee does with his
Yeah.
finger, but I do just I feel like people might find this interesting, including yourselves. That was with a now lost item that Tom Doretto had on his person called the Scarab of Farseeing.
Oh, I lost
And
the
it
scarab.
checked magical auras that, yes, you're right, did not have to do with alignment. And you got the impression that the particular aura it gave off meant it was connected to a god somehow, but not necessarily evil.
Okay. So we blew it there.
So I presented the sword of an evil god. I presented an evil sword to them.
Yeah, except that the god is supposed to be on the board of directors of this prison, and so it just seemed like that would be like a good way to
It felt
validate.
socially inappropriate, is all I'm saying. And she was already kind of on the verge of
I
not
get it. I
trusting.
just in Esmeralda's defense, her like pitch that we were like the audit team was working, and I thought that would be like the the sealed, like the psychic paper of like, see.
Yeah, I mean, these guys
actually-
might just be trying to arrest you too. They might not just be trying to like wipe you out.
Yeah, I think we should
so.
yell at them like we're not trying to fight because they're good people. But yes, okay, sorry.
You feel something special happen with your finger, Twee. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, hey, who's in charge here?
You get the feeling the sorcerer is definitely in charge.
Yeah, hey, are you going to arrest us, or what are you going to do to us?
He's pointing it.
Roll a 20, and they're gonna roll a 20 for a saving throw.
He's pointing with the finger.
15?
All right. Roll 3d12, please.
Of friendship? Oh boy. Well, I guess we're gonna find out what Jinrid is all about.
25.
All right. So something that looks like a series of black veins shoot out of your finger, and they look brittle and sort of immovable, like a lightning bolt trapped in glass on a beach, and it just sort of spikes through her shoulder like a series of wires and knocks her to the ground.
Oof.
Esmeralda, you're up.
Interesting.
Cool. I definitely have a lot of options now.
Do you don't think we should just say like stand down? And, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, just so.
that's what I was.
Yeah, I think you think I can still try and do that.
Yeah, you can roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay, so then I'm gonna be like, stand down. Great language. Stand down. We don't want anybody to get hurt here.
Roll twice.
Well, I rolled a 20 on my first roll, so.
What's your bonus for intimidation?
5.
Ooh.
25.
Yeah.
They all take a step backwards, and the sorcerer grabs her shoulder and just stares at Twee and says, "What was that?"
I was asking you.
What are you doing here?
Do we have an understanding?
I have an understanding that you're evil and that you're invading my prison.
We're not
He's
evil.
not. We're not. He might
Detective-
be.
Just let me back inside. I'm not going to hurt
Detect
anybody.
evil on me. See if you detect evil on me. Wait, do I have anything evil on me?
Besides the sword.
I'm not holding the sword. You are.
Like, I moved the sword.
She casts Detect Evil, and she says, well, one of you is evil. That's
Well,
for
we
sure."
know.
Yeah.
But we've got him under control. Don't worry about it.
He's been on a complicated journey.
I'm gonna show her.
I know we look
mon-
like a ragtag group of.
I'm gonna roll
But it works.
roll up a big flat screen TV, and I'm gonna show her a clip reel of what happened. I'm gonna show her me killing the kid. I'm gonna show me losing sleep over killing the kid. I'm gonna show me trying to kill myself and then realizing that the kid stole my wand. And then me flipping out over being that angry at it. And then being trying to be evil but not being too good at it. And here we are.
Roll a persuasion check, Twee.
What music played over that?
I think it was watching Scotty grow. 19.
Makes sense.
And that's with
23.
That song's a piece of shit.
So she says, "I understand. You can't just go in this prison now. I'm gonna need you to have an escort."
You can escort us. That we don't have a problem
Yeah,
with
come
that.
with us and fight her.
Seriously, you would be a million times better than fuckface Magoo over here. This guy,
Cut the fuck face from the Google. What?
seriously. Once this is all done, we can talk about reviewing your hiring policies.
All right. Well, as you finish, again, you guys are taking the audit approach. 2 more security patrols walk over, and you guys are basically surrounded. You've got 30 guards and 3 sorcerers.
Great.
This looks
now.
good. You guys are. I like
All
the
right,
bell
let's all
system.
join up and
The bell system
this
seems to be
done.
working.
And they say, "All right. Well,
She's coming. We would like her to escort us. I didn't mean to.
Do we know her name?
Yeah.
She probably needs to deal with her 27 points.
yeah, yeah."
Let's heal her.
I'll make her.
Her name is Bexis.
Bexis.
Yes.
Bexis, will you come with us,
oh
please?
my god.
Of your own volition. I'm trying to make it.
She waves the other 2 patrols away, and she talks to her guards, and most of the guards sort of split off with 2 of the patrols, but 2 of them stay with her. And she says, all right, let's take a walk.
Cool.
Can we? Is everybody cool if we get rid of the doll? Do we need that guy anymore?
He's not doll size anymore.
Doll size anymore.
You've got a pea
Yeah, now
and
he's-
sweat-soaked
Yeah, he can
guard with you who's full
Tell
size,
me to
but
take a nap or yeah.
Blevin says,
Do what he's gotta do.
I have a hair on my shoulder. I have a black T-shirt on. Of course, I have a hair on my shoulder. So yeah, he says, yeah. I mean, I could go back to my cell block.
Can you make it there?
I could.
Is mommy gonna walk you across the
Are you my mommy? Are you
Yeah,
my
why don't
mommy?
you?
I pat him on the shoulder.
He says, thanks. There's a lot of weird emasculation going on. I
No,
appreciate it.
look, we just.
Thanks for whatever.
Yeah, he
We'll
goes
see.
back. He kind of does a quick little jog back to the hatch and just kind of like climbs down the hatch. The Archmage is
He's gonna be
not
blogging tonight.
Archmage,
Who's gonna do the thing like you're gonna swing at him and then go to comb your hair?
So the sorcerer starts walking you guys south away from this fort and directing you towards there's like a small sort of fort to the south.
The super tower?
It's kind of west of the super tower. So if you guys look at your map, it's
Let's make sure she's not taking us to a place to imprison us.
Yeah.
everybody do a perception
She
check.
should have brought 30 more guys.
You got disadvantage, Typha. You're dizzy,
18
Typha.
plus.
Oh, well, I got a 1. Do I need to roll again for my disadvantage?
Nah, you're fucked. That's what it is.
13.
What perception was that?
Yep. Anybody beat a 20?
I got 16.
At 14.
At 18 plus 19. No, I didn't.
All right. So you, Tom Nettie, you get the impression you notice this before your escort does, but you see sort of from around the corner of these forts, lumbering towards you, what looks like 100-foot tall monster that's almost all legs and has a large raptor-like beak, kind of charging towards you guys.
A Monty Python bumper transition.
Yeah, a Terry Gilliam cutout is running towards you.
I pointed out to the crew and I asked the sorcerer, "What is that?"
Oh no. They all start running
I
towards
pull a
it.
notebook out and start taking
They all
notes
start
on the
running
lax
towards it.
procedures
They're
and
running
let it
towards
go
it.
faster.
I call headquarters.
Why are they running towards it?
One of the guards turns around and tells you, we're in the middle of a riot. I don't know if you knew
Yeah,
this.
it's a
Well, what's this thing?
Huh?
It's a
Is this thing a
prisoner.
bad thing?
It's
or-
a Darthekel.
Oh.
How do we get it? What do
like
we do? Do
Darth
you want our help?
If we don't kill it, it's gonna start getting bigger.
Right, let's kill it.
Pretty big.
It's
How do we
100 feet tall, you
Go.
said?
Go.
Yeah.
Death to that thing. Let's go.
We'll help.
Hey.
Let's roll initiative again.
Lane's already pointing at.
Yeah.
Darth
Who got over 25?
I got
Do I
24.
have disadvantage on this too?
No.
I got a 22.
You're 20.
I got a 10.
15.
I rolled shit on that last episode and then rolling real nice.
What'd you get,
What
Typha?
happens?
I got a 10.
Oh dear. All right. So,
A female deer.
Ray.
Bam-a-lam.
I'm
I'm just yelling random shit that we say sometimes.
So you go to Paris, France.
So you see this thing.
I'd like to thank our Patreon listeners.
Yeah, it's 100 feet tall, and like 90 feet of it are just these weird, long, sort of Baba Yaga-like legs. They're just it's just like these creepy sort of, bird-like legs that go up, and then right at the hip joints, there's just a bird head, and that's the whole thing. It sort of kicks one leg back and dips its face to the ground and picks up two guards in its beak. And they both kind of like grab onto its head as it swings its head back up into the sky. And they're like stabbing at its head while it's trying to like get them inside its mouth. And they're now way the fuck up in the sky as this thing dips up.
Like standing at it or like flung them?
Like they're still holding on.
Okay, it just
but it's
stood
about,
up.
Twee, you're up.
I'm going to point at it and see if that works. Just right at its head, right in its mouth, aiming right into its mouth.
Nothing happens.
No.
Like
Is it because it's the thing that is supposed to be the thing that I'm not shooting at? Does that make it's not Zinzarina, is it?
You feel like it's maybe just been too soon.
Oh, okay. Is it too late for me to throw a fireball at it?
No.
I'll throw a fireball at it.
Well, it already failed its saving throw, so let's see what happens.
That could be good. Who else is playing Paladinos? Do we have any queued up?
Yeah.
O's and Even was there.
Yeah. Not even Ozen?
No, it's O's and Even. It's
Who else we got? We got William.
I bet they are an even Ozen tribute band. Right?
William, a Prince tribute band.
It's a Captain and Tennille cover band, but the guys are named Even and O's.
All right. What was yours?
William, a Prince cover band.
Boo. Was that one of our listeners?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, yay.
And also, thanks, Tom.
Ryan hates the Royals.
Tom Lennon's French Cars of New York cover band, Renault 911.
I like that.
Tom Lennon's got a bunch of tribute bands.
That's from Tifa's Cookin' with Kobolds.
Nice.
Roll that damage on that fireball.
He is.
Where are you aiming on this thing, by the way?
I think you said right at the...
22 right in its mouth.
All right.
Just straight into the thing.
You definitely toasted one of these guards up on this thing's head, but you did some damage to the bird thing too.
Great.
Okay, good. Sorry, I was trying to think of somebody funny at Paladinos.
Bodhi, you're up.
All right. Well,
I did see. I was at the Paladinos in Russia, and I saw the Boys Ridge Oak.
Awesome.
Sorry, I hurt my back on that one.
Well, like a keg party in the 80s, I'm going to rage.
All right.
Harold of Kelmar also. That would be a 20 on the first one, not natural. But,
All right. That is a hit.
yeah, well, I know that. It's me finding my other six-sided die brought to you, right?
Well, we still got plenty of great bands coming to Paladinos this weekend. Like from Scotland comes a tribute band to the band Kansas. It's Haggis on the Wind.
You know who I saw in Baltimore at Paladinos? The Old Bay City Rollers. That's a Baltimore joke.
I like that one.
Thank you. That was a good one. I liked it.
That's a 9 on the first roll there.
All right, so you
Made me hungry.
cut into its leg a little
Fire
bit.
damage, of course.
Yep.
Remembering?
Oh, there was that ABBA cover band.
Oh, yeah.
Bab.
Hit it again. Hit it again. Come on, put it in that tower. You got this.
All right, so that's a 19.
That is also a hit.
And then 7.
All right.
And fire damage.
Yolp. So now
Should have frenzied, but
the
instead I just
sorcerer
raged.
with you waves her hands, and a cloud of daggers goes flying at this thing and misses. This thing cocks its head back and manages to bite one of these soldiers in half. You see its legs sort of fall to the ground and its vertebra sticking out as it kind of thunks as a pile of meat and plate mail next to you.
It should have been that fucking guard.
Yeah, I wish it would have been. What's his nut?
What's
that dude's
and
name?
then
Blevin.
Oh yeah, Blevin.
two of the guards try to hit its legs and they both miss. Gendy is up and she casts Fireball and it manages to dodge the Fireball. Esmeralda, you're up.
I'm sorry.
No, you ain't doing
So
shit.
ready. He was like
I
ready.
was ready to go. There it is,
I'm
Ralph.
gonna chromatic orb,
Ooh.
which is a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
+4, so so that is a 12.
Okay. Do. That's 2d8, right?
Oh no, it's ranged spell, so that was my attack. Don't I have to roll an attack roll? Is that how that works, or
I
no?
don't know. I don't think so. I think you just it has a saving throw,
Oh, I thought I had to roll.
and then you
an
roll your
attack.
damage. It didn't make it to save it. If the attack hits, the creature takes 3d8 damage of the type you choose. So acid, cold, fire, lightning,
Yes.
poison, or thunder.
Cold is what I was gonna do.
All right. So did you roll 3d8?
No, I was.
What level spell
I'm
is
just
it?
using the traditional first level spell.
Okay, so roll 3D. The traditional. Classic chromatic. Or chromatic classic, I guess would sound.
Oh, sorry. 21.
Alright, so
Nice.
you hit one of these things' legs and it looks like the skin peels off as it just sort of gets covered in frost crystals and starts snapping as it's kicking itself all over the place. It's really prancing around in place. Typha, you're up. Stomping around. It's almost hitting a guard.
I draw the Sword of Umberly.
Alright.
And say, let's respect all of our gods. They all feel this place.
Roll to attack.
Yeah, and I attack the same thing where she shot him.
Yeah.
That's a 20.
That's a hit. That's definitely a hit. Wait, was it a natural 20?
No, it was with my bonus, it was a 20.
Almost had a critical, you guys.
So that's 13 slashing damage. And the ice damage. Right?
See how much axling and duffing damage you do.
4 ice damage. So a total of 17.
All right, so you feel like you cut this thing right to the bone with the Sword of Umberly, and it just like you slice through a ton of muscle tissue and flesh.
See, bitch, motherfucker.
And this guy cocks his head back again, bites the other guard in half. This time you just see a head and an arm and a shoulder kind of fall down, and the guy looks at you for a second before he dies. It doesn't feel real nice.
He's got the phantom shoulders.
I give him the thumbs up there.
And you see a bunch of the damage you just did on this thing's leg kind of pull together a little bit. You see like the ends of tendons kind of like touch each other.
Guys, it heals. It heals.
It's a Logan.
Tom, you're up.
I'm gonna cast a witch bolt.
I wish you would. I wish.
Oh, I gotta. No, I don't have to roll to attack.
No. You don't. It is. Was it 1d12 lightning damage?
2.
2d12? Okay. You did not make any kind of saving throw. Go for it.
11 and 4.
15. All right. Where are you attacking this guy?
In the face.
Yeah, his face is not happy as the witch bolt kind of smacks him. He also looks like he's a little farther away, that head. Feels like you you nailed him, but it's a little taller than 100 feet now. The guards start rushing. The ones that are left, there's like, just like, I think, see, he already gobbled up 2. I forget how, I made a bad note here of how many guards followed. Anyone remember how many guards followed the sorcerer?
I thought you said it was 10?
I think only 2 kept
Only
with
stay
her.
with her, okay.
I think they're not rushing her. I think no one else is with you. So we're back to Tboi.
Is my finger working yet?
Nope.
All right.
That felt real special. What happened? I feel like that's going to mean something, but maybe you're not charged.
Okay. I get it. Hey, I'm gonna start flying and try to get up above this thing.
Cool. On this turn, you can get pretty close to its face.
Okay. Is there a way to just get a cloud of daggers into its eye?
You can try, yeah.
What if that makes her into Jinradna? What if that is her body now? Wouldn't that be cool? Anyway, just chatting out loud.
What?
When he shot her with those black lightning.
Let's roll a 20, whatever that means.
Yeah. Roll for damage. I don't think you had to roll there. I think it was just a cloud of daggers.
And cloud of daggers. Sorry.
I think that was just like a freebie 20 that you just tossed. Cloud of daggers is.
So am I wrong?
But that's how cool it
a
is.
ranged spell attack, you don't have to roll an attack roll?
No, you don't. No. He has to roll a saving throw and then.
But I thought a ranged. Okay, yeah.
You don't. I mean, there's certain spells where I'm making you basically do like an insight or a check to make sure you hit it. But for most spells, they do a saving throw. You hit damage if they don't make their saving throw. This one, he didn't need to roll that 20. He threw away a beautiful
17.
20. I was excited for him, but all right. So whole bunch of slashing damage to this thing's face. As chirp.
Can I shout up to Tboi while he's doing this?
Yes.
I just want to say, like, is the face healing? After you cut him up, watch and see if it's healing too.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Bodhi, you're up.
All right. I will still rage.
Okay.
And which leg is suffering more damage?
The one closest to you is really heavily damaged by frost, and it's sort of starting to heal a little bit. And they're hard to hit. You get the impression that if something happens, it would be a little extra tricky because it's kind of dancing around. It's got these giant legs that move really fast. So you can roll the attack, but there's a chance I'll make you do a second roll. So
Okay. There's something else I can do to him. Instead of hacking and slashing at his legs.
I feel like if we could just knock it down.
Oh, shit. How about some Empire Strikes Back shit?
yeah,
Somebody try to... Well, too bad I don't have
Tweet could do that.
necrotic rope anymore.
nope. Well, your necrotic rope is in the bonus episode. It's not
I
actually.
know.
It's not an anymore
It's not
issue.
too bad.
I know.
Like, I wish I didn't have it in real life. Or
I wish I was taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who go to a collar.
Does anybody have
Would you,
rope?
Color?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have...
Yeah, we all broke, right?
Uh,
How about me and Dak grab
one of you
rope?
does not have a rope. I believe it is Tom who used his rope to tie up a guard back
I did
at
too,
the.
yeah.
But
Yeah, mine.
you can keep it because you took it off the guy
Okay,
who you
cool.
brought with you.
Well, when it comes to my turn, I can do something maybe.
What can you do?
Snare, I can maybe, and then I can bring it down.
Sure.
So you could set her up with your rope to do something
Yeah,
also.
well, I
yeah.
still have time to hack, too. Yeah.
Yes.
I throw my
yes,
rope.
you get 2 attacks.
I throw
so.
a rope
Okay.
to Esmeralda.
Great, and then you're still gonna slash.
Oh, I don't need it.
Oh, she's. I think what she's saying is she could either use the snare on her own, or you could do something with the rope that she could combine her snare with.
What was the second one?
I mean, she could tell you. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't really tell him in the middle of.
All right, well, I'm
this,
going
right?
to just hack instead.
You can. I mean, if you have a plan, you can. I'll let you shout it.
I don't have a plan as much as I have to run up and set. I can set a boundary where if it touches that, it will be
Okay.
set off the snare.
Yes, I mean you could try some with the rope that maybe would.
All right. So I'll, God, how would I even start? Well, yeah, I'll make a lasso and
Try and get around like. Well, it's got one of those claws coming out the back of its calf right above the foot.
try to get, what do they
So-
call that claw?
Heel claw or something.
Dew claw.
Dew
claw.
Yeah, go for the dew claw.
All right. Welcome to the Moon Rodeo. We've
My
got-
favorite character on Yo Gabba Gabba, Dew Claw, was great.
He likes to party.
I believe this is going to be what we call down at the rodeo a good old animal handling check. Why don't you roll a 20 and see what kind of animal you're going to handle with this rope?
Dad,
Our
in my
Daredactyl
tummy.
is
Dad,
19.
in my
a
tummy.
fiend from another dimension. You rolled a
I
what?
can roll and hide in a 19.
Clank. It just kind of wraps right around it and
Nice.
yoink. You got it.
Yeah, okay, and now I do fast movement to the other side and try to run around it.
You can run around it.
Yeah,
All right. You wrapped her.
quickly as I can.
That's your turn, and nothing happens on your turn.
Barry
but-
Allen.
After Bodhi, we've got your sorcerer friend who she casts Fireball. Hits this guy in the face for 18 points of damage. And Esmeralda, you are up. Gendy is casting something, prepping for the next round. It actually takes a full round.
So are his legs like tangled up now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see if we can go over. So I'm not going to waste that spell on
And
that.
he is
then.
super goddamn tall.
Yeah.
Was this a bad idea?
No, I
not a
think
bad
I
idea.
think it's the best idea for sure.
I'm just wondering
Especially
when it lands on fucking War Cube.
Usually when I remember to do things from Empire, it works out.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It is the right idea.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because like now I don't want to get any closer to this thing because he's gonna tip. Yeah, but doesn't it regenerate
Do you
and
wanna
get
give it a
bigger
shot?
every time you do damage on it?
Oh, was that happening?
I think they said the sooner we kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll throw you this bone too. So like while Gendy and and your elven escort were sort of hitting it with spells and prepping a spell respectively. You saw this thing trying to kick. It hasn't had a turn yet, but its legs are wrapped up, and its really long, giant, muscular legs are trying to break out of this rope.
Right.
But its legs are very active right now.
Okay, then I'm going to try to take my rope and double around, do the same thing and double around.
Okay, roll a perception check to see if you can find a good spot on it.
11, I think.
With no bonus?
No, with... Oh, what? Perception? Oh, no, 9.
Yeah, you have no... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you feel like you could maybe get its other dew claw.
Okay.
So if you get around it, it's going to be an animal handling check.
Not athletics.
No,
Okay.
we're going rodeo with this one.
Acrobatics, all right.
For funsies, this is, even though it's a fiend, I'm making you do animal. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1.
All right, roll 2 10s, please.
That's more of
What
like
if
a
I just
vegetable
say no?
handling roll.
4 and 8, 12.
All right, so the rope slips out of your hand just as you kind of wrap
Oh,
it.
2 10s. Was that a percentile? I have different dice for that. Tell me next time.
Oh, do your percentile. We'll just do a new dice.
No, it's okay. What if it gets worse?
40 is okay.
Yeah. So it just slips out of your hands. It's
Okay.
still wrapped around.
No, roll to see if you get hurt.
Typha, go.
I scream out, we gotta knock it down. There's not much I personally can do about that, but I guess...
Are you sure? You're not going to try anything?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to keep hacking at its legs.
Roll 20.
But I mean, like, I can't get high up enough to give it that shove. 19 plus 24.
That's a hit.
Wait, don't I have disadvantage?
You have disadvantage on perception roll.
Oh, okay, thank God. Oh, shit, that would suck. So that's 4 splash, and then 9 ice damage.
So you hit this thing right in the leg, and the bottom of its foot just kind of falls off. It's so frozen right at the base, right underneath the rope. It just kind of like cracks with the pressure of your sword, and it stays planted in the ground as the leg starts continuing to kick.
Ooh.
And as you do that, it starts to tilt backwards. Tboi, this thing's right near you. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
15 plus 20.
You just barely manage to fly out of the way as this thing's face sort of tumbles